Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another week ahead reading. I'm Jensen with Soft Edges, and we're here to talk about the week of July 28th until August 3rd. We're here already. It's amazing. Almost into August. I already pulled us a card for the week and an overall theme we might experience for the week. And I got the Magician. The Magician is a card of Mercury, which is right now retrograde. But it makes me think that, and reminds me that we have all the tools we need to navigate any challenges that we're coming up against at this time. And curiously enough, I see a fire in this Magician card. And Mercury is currently retrograde in a fire sign, Leo. And I'm getting a sense that we're going to be revisiting, maybe not an issue, but something you've experienced in the past. But this time you have the tools to spiral upwards, meaning you get to come at something differently and in a way that you might be really proud of when you come back to it at some point. So that's our theme of the week. Just to talk a little bit about the astrology that's happening this week, we have a kind of quiet start to the week, but then Wednesday comes and Chiron stations retrograde in Aries. It's been in Aries for a while. We're not strangers to this energy. Chiron is the wounded healer, and I actually had the card right on top. And just a reminder that Chiron is both the wound and the medicine. Look how the glyph looks like a key. The key to anything that might really come up and irritate us this week is in whatever is triggering you. And again, I do believe it's going to be something that you've experienced in the past, and you're going to remember right now, because you're hearing it here first, that you have grown so much since the last time that you've had this wound triggered. How will you address it this time? On the same day, Venus moves into Cancer, and this is really lovely. Venus has been in Gemini, and it's flirty and fun and fast, and it's a dabbler. But in in Cancer, Venus softens. Cancer is ruled by the moon, so think about maybe more like sensualism and being in the body and coming back to the body and spending less time in the mind. I think that's going to be important this week. On Thursday, we have the sun coming together with the Mercury retrograde in Leo, and this is called a cazimi, and it's shining a light on an idea, like Mercury things. So communication, idea, conversations that you're having with people. I'm getting inspired energy. So what's coming up midweek that you're not taking action on yet, but something is coming to light in this energy. And then it's a quiet weekend besides Friday. Venus in Cancer is going to quickly be squared. So think tension, it could be creative tension. It could be irritating tension with both Saturn and Neptune. This is new for Venus to be squaring these two planets in their current signs. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be, this is the Somnia Tarot. We'll use this for the beginning, middle, and end of the week. What energy can we expect for the beginning, middle, and end of the week? Middle of the week energy, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to take this one. Let me set these up. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this is for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when that Venus is squaring Saturn and Neptune. I feel like that's going to last the weekend. This one wants to come out. The Three of Cups in reverse. I'm going to keep it in the reverse. I'm also going to pull a planet card to see what wants to come out. What planetary energy or sign wants to help us this week? Can we pay attention to? that. Sedna, inner magic. Whoa, I love that with the magician. Put that there. Okay. And then my left palm is itchy. And usually that indicates to me that money is going to be coming in. I love that. Let's see if there's a message regarding that at all. Do we have some gifts coming in this week? What gifts are coming to us this week? What gifts are coming to us this week? Noche Oscura, a card I'm not familiar with. I am going to pull. Bottom of the deck is gift. And look how similar this is with like the fire and the hands. And again, we have these fire with the hands. I love that. I am going to keep this here. I do think we have a gift available to us. What gift is available to us this week? Pull one more of these. Destruction. That is so interesting. All right. I'm also going to get a health-related message. I feel like there are so many people dealing with health stuff right now, and this feels important. How can we tend to our health this week? Give us your cares. Let's see if you can see this in the viewfinder, and we can. Great news. Give us your cares. One more message. All right, this wants to come out. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? And finally, all right, oh, two wants to come out. We have every relationship I establish is eternal, and I intend to co-create from a place of positive attraction. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm getting a sense of where are we being called to show up differently? Where are we being called to, yes, like I was saying, zoom out to be able to see the bigger picture and trust the unfolding of things, even though it is quite painful at times. Let's see, Monday and Tuesday. What are we getting for the energy of Monday and Tuesday? Okay, I'm with the moon and just like the image in this card. I'm getting, whoa, I really like this. I'm getting a sense of being able to, if you are feeling low, if you are feeling stuck in a hole, stuck in your emotions, stuck in a shadowy emotion, situation, experience, I'm getting a sense that the beginning of the week, you're kind of coming out of that. And coming like more towards the light and seeing the truth of something. With the Six of Coins as well, there is a gift available to you. Six of Coins is a card of reciprocity. You've given, this actually might have felt really challenging to be in this space, but you were giving yourself the gift of space and time. It was necessary. But now it is time to come out of this because there is work to be done and there is a gift available to you. I'm getting there is an offering to be had, but you are also having to offer something. This might look like a resource, like you're offering a resource. This might look like your energy, your time, your space. This might look like a sorry. This is motivation enough to come out of an emotional hole you might have been feeling like you were in. Especially because with this, I am not familiar with this card. I am going to look this up. But I get a sense, again, with like this moon, that there was this like heartbreaking emotional time that you're going through. And this doesn't have to be like a literal heartbreak. You can be heartbroken for countless reasons. I actually want to read this card because I am not really familiar with it. Okay, so I looked this card up in a guidebook, and the keywords for this are the dark night of the soul. And it indicates sorrow and pain, and it's feeling like we're at the lowest point of a wheel. This is the last point before a seed is planted. This is really powerful magic. It really talks about whatever you've been experiencing, this like dark, challenging time. And then now it's time to come out and be of service in some way. Oh my gosh, with this priestess card beneath it, how are you being called to step up and lead? I hope that you experience this lightness that I'm feeling right now wash over me, and I hope you and it giving you the step up you need to move past this, to forgive anyone who needs to be forgiven, including yourself. Wow, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, again, this is when Chiron is going retrograde, and Venus is going into Cancer, and we have the Nine of Cups reversed. So to understand the Nine of Cups reversed, we have to know the Nine of Cups upright. And the Nine of Cups upright is kind of like the wish fulfillment card. It's like all of your dreams have come true. Here in the reverse, it tells me there is some reevaluating of, I just got this image in my mind of like, where have you been putting your emotional energy? Right? Like the water has floweth over at this point, and where have you been putting your time and energy? There might be a resetting moment in the middle of the week that was just like, whoa, all right, like I have been in this, whatever it is, and it's time for me to just pause for a moment. I am getting a sense that it could be quite emotional midweek. Inner Magic, Sedna. I'm going to look up this one as well. Let's see. Okay, so I just looked up this card, and I love thinking about how it interacts with this Nine of Cups emotions, plus the beginning of the week energy of like needing to crawl out of this emotional space that you've been in. So Sedna is the Inuit goddess that lived at the bottom of the Arctic Sea. She was banished there after she was thrown off a boat. She tried to climb back up, but her fingers were chopped off. Her fingers became the dolphins, whales, and animals of the sea, and Sedna became their ruler. Sedna is a dwarf planet that only recently was discovered. She's the goddess of the deep parts of the sea. She lives in the darkness, here we are again, of the ocean, surrounded by her creations. Creation, I love thinking about like the magician and what's being created there. She said to represent abandonment, but also magic. She's abandoned by those that she thought she loved. But at the bottom of the ocean, her magic was awakened, and she was able to discover her true destiny. Some other meanings of this card represents like the awkward part of ourselves, or the parts of ourselves that we want to hide away, or the things you feel ashamed of. And the invitation here is to connect with like-minded people, observe any wounds of abandonment, create environment that allows you to thrive, and surround yourself with people who lift you higher. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. I'm going to read this line together and say that if you're feeling like, you're trying to come out of this dark emotional hole, that you felt abandoned, why does this week feel so intense? I'm here for it, but wow, like if you are feeling like, holy moly, I'm feeling like overrun by emotions. I feel like I've been pouring all my emotions out, and Sedna asks you to confide in someone. Give us your cares. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I am willing to release any fears to you. Please allow me to completely let go so that you can fully guide me into this situation. Midweek with that Chiron stationing retrograde and Venus moving into Cancer, we're being invited to soften to find someone we trust, to confide in someone. It's time to crawl out of this dark hole, these feelings of abandonment, these feelings of fear. Have the courage, have the courage to climb towards the light, even if it feels painful. Towards the end of the week, we might, in confiding in people, in trying to reconnect, in, mending relationships or situations, the Three of Cups tells me that this might feel challenging. And that's okay. That wherever it feels challenging is just the falling away of that isn't actually serving you and will bring you towards better alignment with the people that you are meant to surround yourself by at this time as you move through this energy that is heavy. This is similar to the energy of the full moon, which said we have to let things fall away. We have to let things fall away. I intend to co-create from a place of positive attraction tells me like the energy of abandonment might, and perhaps you were abandoned, but how can we reframe those who we feel abandoned by? How can we accept like, oh, that is no longer serving me on my journey and I needed to move away from it. Thank you, universe, for letting these people fall away. And if there's more that needs to fall away, let it happen with grace. Because every relationship that I move towards at this point forward every relationship I establish is eternal. Let the current relationships have depth. Let the old ones fall away. Allow me to see deeply into people's truth. Wow, okay. How can I remember that relationships are a give and take? That it is not just one person's job to reach out, to show up. It's like an emotional bank account. There's both a deposit and a withdrawal that happens in relationship. I'm going to read the back of this card. It is our desire that you come to remember that every relationship is eternal and that once it has been established, it is part of your vibrational makeup furthermore, and that in your powerful now, where all that you have become converges with all that you are becoming, you hold the power to create. And so you observe your observations of a situation, wanted or unwanted, no matter how remote you believe yourself to be, makes you a co-creative partner of the experience. What I'm getting from that is whatever feelings of abandonment that you are experiencing, whether you want to take this or not, you co-created in for your best and highest good to clear karma or do work in this lifetime. I am not surprised now that I'm like looking at my notes and remembering that on Friday, Venus is squaring both Saturn and Neptune, which is new. And Venus rules our relationships. So of course, and she's moving into Cancer. So of course, we're getting all this relational energy. Just as a reminder, we are the creators. We have all the tools we need to grow upwards, to move towards our best and highest good, to choose good and right relationships. That if an old relationship, an old flame comes in that's so Mercury retrograde, if that happens, you've grown from here. That doesn't mean like, be really rude. It might just mean like, no, I won't engage in this conversation. Or you might not feel proud of how you engaged in a conversation or a relationship before, and how can you right it? There are gifts for you here. There are gifts for you here. It is time to come out of this emotional hole that you feel you've been in. It's time to reestablish right relationship. It's time to establish relationships in which there is reciprocity. There's a give and take. There's time. This is the week for you to take responsibility for the ways that you've showed up in partnership and relationships. Yeah, and just, ask your guides, like, trust your gut and to see who is right for you at this time. Again, not just in partnership, but friendships too. Our friendships are intimate as well. Allow whatever it needs to fall away, fall away. Really, really important through this moon cycle. The full moon was on July 24th. We're only days into it. Trust that your pain will pay off, that there is another side of this pain, that you get to come out of it. And the gift is the falling away. The gift is the moving on towards more aligned relationships. You are going to have to lead this movement, the breakups or the reestablishing of the relationships. You are going to need to step up from a place of alignment. And to do that, you're going to have to come out of your hole. This week feels extremely powerful, and I am so eager to see how it shows up for you, for us. Let me know. Trust that whatever is unfolding is for your best and highest good. You attract that which is best for you. Thank you so much. This is what I'm seeing in this. Have a good week, and I will see you on the other side.